just a couple of notes that I wanted to make with you, and then I'm going to pass it along so we won't take too much of your time today. And this is, I think, for our students, but also for the parents that are here. When I talked to our faculty last week when they came in, we talked a little bit about what our summers have been like and what the end of the year last year was like. And I think we've all had at the forefront of all of our minds has been safety. And it's been safety for our family and our loved ones. And we've really sort of circled the wagons in our families. And when my faculty got together and we were meeting and talking, I was telling them that, now our community had expanded just a little bit. We were all sort of responsible for each other at that point, that we had other people to think about other than just our immediate family. And with the opening of school, I think we're expanding just a little further, that we're doing all we can to help you guys stay safe. And the other side of that is we want you guys to continue to do everything that you're doing, and keeping in mind that we are all going to be together, haven't been together for a while. It's going to be imperative that we all continue to follow guidelines and be safe and do things at school and do things away from school. They're going to help to keep our whole community safe. This year will look like no other. It's going to be a fun year, I think. It's going to be exciting, but it's going to be a little bit different. Arrival is going to be a little different. We're going to be doing temperatures when students show up. I hope all the parents have had a chance to look at our reentry plan and read through it. Ms. Mako did a great job of putting this together. And it really spells out what it's going to look like. Our students are going to go directly to their classrooms this year. Class change is going to look just a little bit different. It's going to be a little more formal than it's been in the past, which probably is not a bad thing. And snack, lunch, recess, and even dismissal is going to look a little bit different. But the main thing that we want is to have our students back on campus, because we know this is where they learn best. And this is something that we've really been working hard for all year to get to this point. Heaven forbid that we have to go virtual again, and that's always lurking out there. I will say that we are 1,000 times more prepared right now than we were in the spring. I thought we did an amazing job with the way that we rolled into this, and you guys did an amazing job on your end, having your students prepared and ready to do the work. But again, if we're faced with that again this year, we're more than prepared, but it's certainly not something that I'm trying to be the eternal optimist. So I'm thinking we're going to be on campus. We're going to be properly distanced and doing smart things. Our kids are going to enjoy seeing their friends again and their teachers, and we're going to be ready to learn. Just like any other school year, we're going to be ready to learn. So again, I'm excited. I'm going to scroll down. This is a little different. Excuse me. I want to introduce our faculty and folks as I see them. I usually have them all standing in front of the room. I can't do that, obviously. But on my screen next to me is Ms. Mako, who is going to be in her same capacity this year as our Director of Development Communication. And the next square that I'm looking at is Miss Lynn and Miss Davis, if they could wave so we can see them. Miss Lynn is back as our counselor again, and Miss Davis back in her role as our academic dean, working with all of our teachers. Miss Garner, I see next, and she is back as our business manager, but she is not where you have seen her for the last several years. Her office has moved to a different location on campus, and but we will be sure you find her if you need to see her. So I'm going to scroll on through. Next to Coach M. Coach M is back with as our PE teacher. Our new faculty member on staff, Dylan Dickerson, is going to be teaching math for us this year. So some of you may have Mr. Dickerson for math. Looking forward to that. Miss Sands is the next person I see, who's back as a member of our literacy team, as she has been. Miss Heiss is the next person in line. Miss Heiss is going to be teaching art for us this year. Mr. Pravat is not with us this year. We were sad to see Mr. Pravat go, but he and his wife have actually moved out of state. They've moved to Michigan, and both are going to be attending graduate school there in their areas of expertise, and so they're looking to further themselves. And so we're sad that Mr. Pravat is not with us, but we're excited for the next chapter for him. So the next faculty staff I see is Miss Roll. And Miss Roll is back as a member of our literacy team, where she was before. Next is Miss Williams in science, and I see her. She's back in her usual place. Miss Palmer has made a move. Miss Palmer is now going to be teaching social studies to our third and fourth graders, and so she will be over in what was Miss Bovender's room. Miss Bovender has moved to our JYA faculty. So Miss Palmer, you will still have her, but you will have her in social studies. Miss Barbie is the next person I see in line who will be back as one of our literacy team members. Who else do we have? Miss Pugh. There's Miss Pugh. Miss Pugh is going to be teaching math again. And I think that's all that I have on here right now. So again, welcome back. We're excited. We're excited to have you back with us. And at this time, I'm going to turn things over to Miss Makel, who's going to share a few things with you.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay? I just unmuted. Thumbs up, nod. All right. Good stuff. So welcome back, Panthers. We've missed you so much. We are so excited to see you in just a couple days. So today, what I'm going to show is mostly for your parents. I'm going to share my screen, and parents, I'm just going to go over a couple things in Parents Web. Where you can log in and see class schedules, teacher contact information, that kind of thing. So give me just 1 second, and we are going to make it viewable. Here we go. All right, thumbs up if you can see my screen. Good? Okay, great. Hold on, you got my little pinwheel that likes to go crazy over here. Okay, here we go. So parents, when you log in to Parents Web, this is where you're probably familiar logging in for the facts side of this and also for your re-enrollment side. This is where, of course, I closed the screen I want, but when you go to, hold on 1 second. Oh, look at my pinwheel. It's Monday morning. That means my computer hasn't had enough coffee yet. If you go to renweb.com, and then when you get there on this blue login, where you will go is the one that says Parents Web login. And for you, it will look like this. And the district code, I'm going to type it in case you all want to write it down. This is also in a lot of the back to school documents that will come home with your student on the first day, but it is case sensitive. So it is capital T, capital P, hyphen, capital N, capital C. And that is the same. You'll have to input it every time you log into Parents Web. It doesn't usually auto-save that. The username and password or whatever you have created before. The good part about RenWeb and Parents Web, they're very secure, kind of like Apple. So the username I can see on our end. I can usually tell what email you've associated with, but it will not show me your password. So if for some reason you have forgotten your password, unfortunately, it will not give me that information. So it's best just to do the forgot username and password link and reset it yourself. But once you log in, you will see a screen that looks like this. So I just kind of want to go over the basics of where everything is, because there's a lot of information on here, and there will be a lot more information coming on here in the coming days. So when you log in, it's going to take you to a page that's just an overall of the school information. Over here, there's some dates to note. These are still getting input, so everything is not in, but you'll see some important dates coming up. Important events right here. We've got all the orientation information. If there's any special announcements, you might see them here. Typically, we will still be using our remind texts. So if for some reason you've gotten a new phone, or sometimes if you software update, it'll take you off the remind. We will be sending out a remind the first day of school. If you don't receive anything, just shoot me an email and I'll make sure that we get your number back on there. But over here, you will see calendar. This one, I will tell you, it's not my favorite, but you'll just see the important dates of things. These are orientation days, first day of school. The directory seems to be popular. If you are looking for classmate information, maybe for birthdays, maybe for play dates, things like that, you can click on directory. The only time you may not find somebody is if they have chosen to opt out. They prefer their information not be there. And if you run into that situation, if you'll contact me, I can help you get in touch. I can kind of be the middle guy. Classes. You will see, now I've got a primary version up here, but for your student, you will see their classes that they are in. And you will be able to click on the blue hyperlink and you'll be able to go, and there's the contact information for the teacher and different things like that. Now for third and fourth grade, you probably will not see a lot of homework in RunWeb. What you'll look at is the grade book report as we get through. Third and fourth grade are still on our progress standards grading, so there's not going to be a lot of ABCs, things like that, okay? So if you have a question about anything with grading, just email the teacher. That's your best way to get information. The next really big place to pay attention to is this resource documents tab. This has all the hard copy downloadables of all the information that you'll have coming home. There's a copy of our calendar. So if you want to print one out for the fridge, we'll send a hard copy home this week too, but just in case, 3 months from now, you have no idea where it is, you can come download it here. There are the faculty email addresses. Maybe you need to contact a teacher and you can't find their email. This is the whole list. The discipline policies, you guys are in TPS. Miss Davis is going to go over this shortly, so I'll pull it up here in a minute. But you can see the discipline policies. This is our re-entry plan, the most updated version. This is the one that went out this past Friday regarding the orientation information. If you haven't gotten a chance to read it, I really urge you to do so. It has a lot of information, and I do know it's a lot, but it's a good source for you. Obviously, we are reopening in what we consider the yellow phase of re-entry. So I would be sure that you go through that, know what to expect. If you haven't already, which I'm sure many of you have, just having a conversation with your kid about what they can expect and what it's going to look like, that will help as well. This waiver of liability does not apply for you. That's for high school, JYA only. Lunch ordering information. I do know that I believe if you plan to order lunch, you need to do so prior to Wednesday. So if you would like to set up lunch ordering, it needs to happen before the first day of school. Student handbook, this is still being updated. You'll see the 1920. We're updating it with some of the reentry information, but there will be a new one here around Wednesday. Support services, if you're interested in speech therapy or things like that, this is just a contact list. Service form you don't need. Inclement weather policy, I guess we should add earthquake to this, but this includes our inclement weather policies and foreclosures and things like that. And then the remind beginning of the year information, if you want to make sure that you're on there, or if you know that you've gotten a new phone and need to be re-added, these are the instructions to get you back on there. The next thing, and then kind of the last bit that I will show you, is under family over here. You will see your information. I had permission to share theirs, so you will see yours, and what you can do is make sure your address is correct, your email, phone numbers. If you need to edit anything, this pencil right here, you can click to edit it, and when you do this on your side and save it, it's real time, so we get it right away. It's a little more efficient than if you email me or give us a call, and then we have to wait until there's a spare moment in the action to update it. So if you're able to go in and do this, this is the quickest way to update contact info. On the family demographic form down here, you can update things for your student, including emergency contacts, on the grandparents list, transportation, who's allowed to pick them up, that kind of thing. You can do all of that in here. And then I think that is, if you have not already, under the apply and re-enroll, I think everybody in this group is good, but just in case, if you feel like you did not, when you were doing your re-enrollment, complete the forms like updating your health information, the vaccine page, the publicity permissions page, if you will just click and go through them here, you'll see a little green check if you've done everything, but just double check for us and make sure it's all in there. If not, you'll be getting an email at some point in the next 2 weeks or so from Janet, who will just say, hey, you missed one little green check. If you could go in the re-enrollment and fill out that form for me. But everything is there. Financial, of course, will give you a link to go to FACTS. That is your tuition and payment plans. And then, of course, Ms. Garner will be your contact for FACTS. So if you have any money-related questions, that goes to Ms. Garner. All right, so that is about it on my side. I am going to turn it over now to Miss Davis, who's going to go over some things, and we'll have some time for questions at the end in case anybody has any. Okay, Miss Davis, I'm going to click to unmute you. Give it just a yep. You're probably going to have to click yes, or you might have to unmute yourself. There you go. Try now.
Hear me?
Yes, we got you.
Hello, Panthers. So glad to see your faces, finally. It's been a while. I want to first just quickly go over our behavior policy. It's basically the same. You gonna pull it up? Okay. We've added some more specifics in red, and that's really for the administration. And you gonna pull it up for a second, look at it. Okay. Let me wait for it to pull it up. Okay, there it is. So as you'll see in red, we've made a few changes to make it specific so that the administration can consistently respond and communicate with our families, with our teachers, and with students. For our third and fourth graders, you'll see 10 level 1 transgressions, and you'll see some of the things like maybe excessive talking, being out of your seat. We give our students many opportunities to rebound. They may be referred to our counselor, Ms. Lynn, and you'll normally see something coming home in the form of an email. So families, I really need you to stay close to your emails so that it may simply be a follow-up conversation you'll have at home. Now, when a transgression is repeated more than 10 times, it will go to level 2, which is normally when I get involved. And we'll probably communicate with the families and develop a plan just to get students back on track. And then I'll let you read level 3, level 4. These hard copies will also come home with you, with your students on Friday. So moving on. The students know that if they come to visit my office, 9 times out of 10, it's to visit the world's best prize box. And my primary students, who are now third graders, know a lot about this prize box. So I would rather you visit my office to come for a game pass or homework pass, or to visit my prize box to celebrate some of the great things you're doing in the classroom. Few changes this year. We're not going to have, unfortunately, off-campus field trips, and that may change. But for now, we will be planning behind the scenes some fun things to bring on campus, some enrichment opportunities. So always look for your calendars. We'll continue to update calendars as well as send remind texts as well as emails home to give you a snapshot of what's going on and what we're going to be doing the upcoming events. Class change, as Mr. Montgomery said, will look different. They will be escorted by teachers. So my rising third graders, they're very familiar with this routine. But my fourth graders, that's going to be an adjustment for you this year to keep you safe. We will have planned bathroom breaks. We're going to encourage, rather than during transitions, you'll have your bathroom breaks as well as an opportunity to wash your hands every other class period. And of course, for emergencies, you go when you need, you ask to be excused to the bathroom. But we'll have planned bathroom breaks every other class period. Materials, yes. This group wouldn't have lockers. I have to make that announcement later on, but you'll keep most of your materials in your book bags, and we're just going to hang those on the hooks that you've done in the past in the hallways. You would only take out the materials you need for your class, but for the most part, most of your things will stay in your book bags. Morning, your student will wash their hands immediately when they come on campus, temperatures checked, and they'll go straight to their classroom, their first period, as opposed to waiting in the commons. Students are in a ratio of 4-to-1 in their core classes, and core classes would be the literacy, your math, and lab. So that would be a 4-to-1 ratio. And in your block classes, which would include your social studies, science, art, and PE, that ratio is 6-to-1. So I have put students in groups or a bubble of kids. They'll probably be in contact with no more than 6 kids all day. And that was a safety measure change that we made this year. And I think that's it for all of my notes. I'm going to pass it along to Miss Lynn. And I look forward to seeing all of you at school on Wednesday.
We're playing musical chairs today in here. Good morning, everybody. I love to see all these happy faces. Just to tell you a little bit about what you will see in Connections this year, I will meet with every grade level every other week. So I will rotate through each art group. So I will be pushing into art class, and I will see everybody every other week. And I know there will be times where parents may need or teachers may need for me to meet with students one-on-one. So I'll be rotating through those individual counseling sessions as well. And also running some small group counseling. One of the things that we really want to do this year, considering all of the anxious feelings and difficult things that students have been going through during this pandemic, is implementing some mindfulness into our program. And this will be something that we do within the classroom, during lunch, during my Connections classes. Miss Roll and I actually met the other day, and we kind of came up with a mantra that we want each student to kind of memorize and say in their classes in the morning, and just kind of get our day started on a positive note. So that mantra that we're going to kind of really hit home with everybody is, may I be happy, healthy, peaceful, and filled with joy. And this is something we're really going to emulate throughout the day, throughout the school year, so we can really keep our spirits high and stay in a positive space. And I'm really excited to have everybody back. And I think that's it for counseling. So I will pass it on to Miss Roll and the literacy team.
Good morning, everyone. It's so great to see everyone's faces. Welcome back from the literacy team. Just to go over a couple quick announcements. More will be communicated on Wednesday through your literacy teacher, but just look out for an email from your designated teacher about homework. Each teacher will be sending out a survey this week to just get some more information from the parents on what your student is like, different books that they've been enjoying over the summer, and just a couple other questions as far as the best way to communicate with you. Overall, our goal is to provide an authentic reading and writing experience through integrating our novels, which we are going to read Wonderland, which we loved Wish last year. It's another Barbara O'Connor book, and we had the pleasure of Zooming with her last year. So we're going to continue reading one of her books. We're going to read The Jacket by Andrew Clemens. And we are also going to read One Crazy Summer. So these will be our integrated novels. And just like last year, we're going to break up each trimester into narrative, informational, and opinion writing, and integrate that within our novel studies. Additionally, we'll do journals and reading responses. Overall, we are really excited to connect with everyone. Homework will be coming out slowly. We want to ease everyone into it, starting with just a reading log and then building off from there. And again, that this homework policy will be communicated through your individual teachers. So I'm really excited to see everyone on Wednesday, and thank you very much. I'll pass it to, let's see who I'm passing it to. I'm going to pass it to Ardith for math, Miss Pugh.
Miss Pugh, you should see a red microphone. There you go.
Got it. Okay. All right. Just want to say good morning. Mr. Dickerson is here this year, and he's going to be teaching lower school with math with me, and we're excited to have him here. Mr. Petty has moved up to high school, so that's a big switch for him. Also, we're going to be in charge of student council. And in the past, we have always had elections at the beginning of every year, but since our council officers didn't get to really do much last year because our year ended early, we're going to keep the same officers. We're kind of just moving people up. So our president this year will be Caroline Chrisman. Our secretary and treasurer will be Amelia Denning. Our representatives will be Eleanor Ware and Nicholas Johnson, and our JYA representative will be Rose Touch. And those were officers from last year. As far as math, and going back to student council, we are going to be doing some different things. We have some fun things planned. It's just going to be different. So we're still working on all the things, but we're going to have some exciting surprises for you, and you can look forward to those. Now going to math, we're also going to do some fun things. And you guys, most of you were in primary last year, except I see Henry there, and he was not in primary, but the rest of you and Dane, you were in primary. So you're kind of moving up to big school, and that's really exciting. You're just growing up, and that's what we want you to do. So we're going to be doing more kind of project sort of things in math. We're going to learn to budget and work with money. We're going to do some cooking activities, lots of different exciting things. We'll do some STEM activities with Ms. Williams so that we can incorporate math and science together. So that'll all be fun stuff. Especially since we're not going to get to take field trips for right now. I will ask you, everybody will get an agenda, and the important thing with agendas is that parents check those every single night. If you have homework, it'll be written in your agenda for all your subjects, and we want the parents to sign the agenda just so I know that you looked at it and you know that there is homework or there's not homework. I'm a mother and grandmother, and I know my kids would come home and say, no, I don't have any homework, and then I'd find out that they did. So we write it down, or have the kids write it down and initial it, and then if you would just initial it so we would know that you looked at it. As far as math, most of the time, our homework is going to be just to finish up what we didn't finish in classwork, and this kind of gives kids some incentive to work hard during class and then not be so overwhelmed at night. Grades will be based on participation, homework, and then their assessments, with the assessments counting the biggest part. So I think that's about, we'll send more information home Wednesday, but I think that's about all I've got for math and student council. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody Wednesday. And I am turning this over to Ms. Williams.
Good morning, Panthers. I get some thumbs up. Can you hear me okay? I see a Benny thumbs up. I like that. And a Henry thumbs up. And a Dane. I see all my old friends. Okay, well, science is going to continue. We're going to work in notebooks like we've done in the past in the classroom. Parents, you're going to see less homework papers and folders coming home. I'm going to have all of our science homework will be through the Google Classroom this year. So we'll do it that way. In class, they'll be working in notebooks, and they're gonna learn how to submit their classwork to me electronically also. So they'll get a little extra practice with using computers and taking pictures of things and submitting. We're going to continue our science spiral. So every 2.5 3 weeks, they're going to switch topics. We're going to start with physics, and then we'll be going to Earth, and we'll continue on from there. I'll be sending you a newsletter in your emails, parents, every couple of weeks, telling you what's going on, what we're doing. Hopefully some pictures of what we're doing will come out too. In the classroom, to help with, safety, of course, we have use of masks, and also the students will be, instead of sharing the materials, each one's going to have their individual box to keep things kind of clean and separate. We'll still have research going on in the classroom. We'll still have projects going on. I'll give you a heads up about everything, but I tend to really keep the work in the classroom. So don't worry if you don't hear a lot about projects and papers due at home, because we're going to be working around the clock in the classroom. So my other hat, take that off and put this one on, for parents as your EC liaison. If you have any questions about paperwork or grant information that you need help with, just shoot me an email. I'll probably reach out and contact some of you as I see dates coming up for you. But if you have any problems or questions about your EC paperwork, just shoot me an email or stop by and see me if you need to. Well, I guess, let me say that again. Shoot me an email and I'll try to answer it for you. I'll put my science hat back on now. All right, I think that's it. We're going to continue on as we have and do lots of cool stuff. I'm going to pass this on to Ms. Palmer for social studies.
Miss Palmer, you got to hit unmute. There should be a little red microphone in the top that you can unmute. Oh, I think Miss Williams is coming to save the day. Miss Williams to save the day.
Good thing I don't do technology. Oh, good morning, everyone. As I was saying when you couldn't hear me, I'm new to many of you, so you would not have known me as a reading or a language arts teacher. I'm really excited to be doing social studies this year. I've done it in the past, and I love teaching it because I feel that we get to do a lot of skills that you don't do anywhere else. The things we'll be covering this year, I made some little props for us. We'll be talking about community, our state, North Carolina, our country, and the world. And to go along with our mantra this year, we're also going to be talking a lot about how to be a positive member of our school community. We'll be doing things in class like interactive notebooks where your children will take notes, do their vocabulary activities, do some writing. Project-based learning will be big, and I'm like Ms. Williams, a lot of hands-on activities. Also, I was so excited in coming into this with the idea of connecting literature to social studies. So if you third and fourth graders will be reading aloud most days from books like the Magic Treehouse series, the I Survive series, and the Who Was biographies. Those are all great ways of connecting history to present times in the form of historical fiction. Very excited to be having you this year. Look forward to seeing you. As Ms. Williams said, we will have materials handed out in a safe way every day, sterilizing classrooms every day. And I really look forward to a great learning journey with you. And I will also still be seeing you in the library. So look out for the library ladies. Looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Bye-bye. Now we go to Coach Jim.
Hey everybody, how's it going? All right. So PE will be a little different this year as well, but we're still going to have a lot of fun and do a lot of activity, get your heart rate up. I want to talk about, we're going to be sanitizing any equipment that we do use. We're going to be spaced out 6 feet, maybe even more. Luckily, we're outside, so we can do more of that and get away with a little more than we can inside. What we're really going to focus, yeah, I see some smiles. Yes, we're going to have PE. Don't worry, Ben. We're going to have it. So, but recess will be a little different too. But I want to talk about PE, what's really required real quick. Clothing, which you guys usually do a really good job of it. I'm going to send home a syllabus through the email too, so you guys can have access to seeing everything that I need from you guys. Talk about grading and all the curriculums and stuff, but I'm just going to go real quick through a few things. Shoes, I need some closed toe shoes, not sandals. We need socks worn on them to avoid blisters. Shorts, loose pants, when we're running outside, it gets hot and stuff like that. Jackets, sweatshirts, sweaters, or long sleeves when it gets cold. We're going to be outside as much as we can. PE, we're going to do all kinds of things from non-locomotor to locomotor to, finding out your perceptual motor skills, meaning out your vision, what you can see, just all kinds of stuff, just to help you guys out and see where you are, and physical fitness too. As far as recess goes, we're going to spread everybody out. There's going to be limited groups participating in different activities. Probably have certain time limits, so we switch, and that way we don't get bored and we can have some fun and stay active at the same time. As far as health goes, we're going to have Brain Pop Junior, which is a cool little tool that I'm going to use. We'll have wellness and safety and all kinds of things. So, but I'll be sending home a syllabus by email. Just make sure you take a peek at that. And I look forward to seeing everybody ready to go on Wednesday. All right, I'm going to pass it to Miss Heiss.
There we go. Now you can hear. Can you see me now? All right. I'm real excited this year to be your art teacher. I've always secretly wanted to be an art teacher, so it's kind of like a dream come true. But this year we're going to have a lot of fun. I've got a lot of things planned, and we're going to be doing some painting, and abstract painting, which means crazy kind of painting, and some paper crafts. And we're going to work with some clay, and we might do some weaving. And we're going to start off with some themes. And the first theme I thought we would do is maybe summer, because it's still summer, and ocean, combination of both. So look forward to that. I'm real excited. Everybody is going to get a little toolkit, and it has glue sticks, brand new pair of scissors, crayons, colored pencils, markers, everything you would need for art class. And it's going to stay here, and it's going to have your name on it, and I'm going to even stick it in a gallon-sized baggie, and it's going to stay in our little corner of the world, which is in the Commons. I can't wait for you to see it. And so mom and dads, just be rest assured that they will not be touching anybody else's things but their own. If you have any questions, moms, dads, shoot me an email. Be glad to help you out. Boys and girls, I'll see you on Wednesday, and get ready to be creative. And I'm going to shoot it back
to Mr. Montgomery, I think. Let me see if I can do that.
Okay, is it back to me? Good. All right. Well, again, I think Ms. Makel, was there anything else that we needed to go over? I think we're going to open things up for questions. She's waving a mask at me. So I think we want to be sure everyone knows that we are required, everyone will be wearing their face coverings. You're required to have those, and also you will be receiving a lanyard, as you see Ms. Makel showing.
Like
And you'll
Vanna
be able,
White.
you'll be, that helps. You'll be able to attach your mask to this. So when you take your mask off, you're not having to lay it down somewhere. You're able to just wear it around your neck. We have extra masks. If you go off and leave your mask, we will have ones that they can have for the day. And a couple of the teachers, I really appreciate them bringing up and speaking about the sanitizing that's going to go on. We are going to, the teachers will be sanitizing after every class. The school will be completely sanitized every evening. We've brought in a new system for doing that. So we're doing everything within our power. We've been reading everything the CDC says. Ms. Makel and I were on a Zoom with DHHS and the people from Raleigh about further things that we can do. And we're really excited. Everything we saw that they were saying to do, we feel like we're doing. So we feel like we're as prepared as anyone to open school. And we're just excited to get our kids back here and to get started on Wednesday. I can't tell you how excited we are. Did we have time, Ms. Makel, for any questions? If there are a couple of questions now. So if anyone would like to unmute themselves and ask a specific question, either of me or anyone that's spoken with you today, please let us know.
Go ahead, Renee.
Okay, just a quick question. I know in the email that came out about the schedules, it said if you had any scheduling questions to reserve it for this time. So just wanted to ask for Dane Fitlin for 7th period. It looked like on his schedule, he was both in science and social studies at the same time. So I just wanted to see if that was just as design or if that was something.
That's a good catch, Renee.
Okay.
He's
Thank
not
you so
double
much.
booked.
I appreciate it. Okay.
We will fix that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
We think he's so capable he can do 2 classes at once and be in 2 places at the same time.
Thanks.
We will fix that.
Okay, thank you. That was all.
Anything else? Any other questions? And we will be here all day tomorrow, obviously, before school starts on Wednesday. So if something comes up or you have a question that you don't have right now, you can reach out to us.
Hey, this is Valerie. Can you all hear me?
Yes, Valerie, we can.
We, as at the end of every meeting we always ask, because we come from the public school system, do you all need anything? Do you need any Lysol wipes or hand sanitizer or anything that we can bring that first day?
Well, let me start by saying, bless your heart. I'm a Southerner, so I can say that. And I don't know, Ms. Makel, do you want to?
Thank you.
We're pretty good right now.
That's great. I will say, I'll share, we were really thrilled to receive a pretty large donation from Ecolab of hand sanitizers and wipes. We have a new cleaning company we're using that has probably overstocked us, at least for the first semester, on all of the sanitation. So we should be just fine. I really appreciate that. One of the things that we suggested, maybe if you would like to put a kind of pocket-sized hand sanitizer in your child's lunchbox or backpack, that would be really great for them to have during the lunch period. We have hand sanitizer everywhere in the building. There will be a station for lunch, but sometimes I know kids just prefer their own. So that's really the only suggestion. But should we hit another hand sanitizer? Where it's like liquid gold and you can't find it anymore, then we will absolutely accept donations. But for the start of school, I think we're in a really great place. So thank you so much, Valerie. That was very sweet, but we should be okay.
I would say while we're on that, just briefly, we really stress having our kids try to get them to keep their hands to themselves. That's something that's always been a policy, and it's even more important this year. So maybe if you can just stress as parents to them, it's just best. Our kids get along so well, and they love to play around with each other, and we like to see that. But this is going to be a year, especially as we start out in this first trimester, where it's going to be really important that everyone keep their hands to themselves, wear the masks at appropriate times. We have, it wasn't mentioned, but it's in the reentry plan. We have disengaged our water fountains. And so the students are going to need to bring a water bottle with them to have during today, and have with their name on it if it's okay to do that. And the refilling stations at our water fountains are available, so they can refill their water throughout the day. We like for it to have something with a top on it, obviously. But that's just another thing that we're doing to try to keep the kids as safe as possible. Any other questions for us? No? Well, Miss Makel's going to sing the school song as we end here.
I was already trying to memorize the mantra, so I'm on it. Well, thank you guys all so much. We have recorded the session. I will email it to you just in case a question comes up and you can't remember something that was said. And I'll email it to the one family that couldn't attend today. But if you think of anything, as always, you are welcome to email us or give us a call. And we are super excited to see these kiddos on Wednesday. So have a great day. Enjoy your last 2 days of summer break, and we will see you Wednesday morning.